Hey, it's Tuesday night. We got one person in chat. Oh, Bobby, give me a 5x5 if you can hear me good. The microphone's a little far away from me right now. Angela's out smoking a smoking a cancer stick. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to tell you that she was out smoking a cancer stick. That was her that just coughed when she walked in the door.
That was a dog.
Hey, Paul. Okay, good. You guys can hear me. Well, I hope everybody had a good week. Angela's going to be here. So we've only got like 2 people in the chat. Oh, there's 4 people. Two people aren't talking. They're just kind of lurking.
What are all these towels doing all over the
Oh,
place?
I didn't want to sweat all over your clean table
Gross.
yesterday. Hey, Lynn. Well, guys, glad you can make it. It's been a week.
Stop licking me.
Well, you got something on your feet?
Licking me.
Oh, ugh, nasty. Licking your feet?
Yes.
Ew, gross.
I know.
Ugh.
I can't believe the dog.
It made me
I was gross about the dog, not my feet.
Hey, guys. Oh, well, we made it through another week. We survived, barely.
I made it fine.
No, I overdid it on Saturday, and I paid the price on Sunday. Didn't even. Yeah, Bobby says you can make money with the dogs licking your feet.
No, I can't stand it.
Hey, no quarter. Actually, I must say a good day. Got my diabetic shoes and inserts to replace my toes with. Oh, nice. You can be running track soon, huh? You out there just running up and down the block, man. Well, not seriously though. I did. Sunday, my diastolic was really high, and
couldn't really move.
no, I couldn't move.
I was out of it.
I was out of it for most of the day.
And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry you don't feel
Hey,
good and
Sam.
you're out of it. Can you grab the ladder and get up and
Yeah,
fix the TV?
she cares so much about me that she had me on the roof trying to fix the antenna.
You did say you were feeling better.
Yeah, I also almost pitched off the roof because I almost passed out.
You didn't tell me that.
Actually, I didn't want to hear about it. But I went and saw the doctor today. I had a regular appointment with him, and all's good. He said, check your cholesterol. So we're going to do that. And he said, if I have any more incidents like that, he wants to run another stress test. So I'm going to do everything in my power to not have another incident like that, because every time I do it, it costs me $1,100. So I just don't want to have to do that. No quarter says he couldn't run because he's fat. Yeah, you can run. You can run.
It's slow jog.
You know, it's running is relative. Compared to a cheetah, man, I'm slow, but probably compared to you, no quarter, I'm a speedster. So it's all relative. So just find somebody to compare yourself favorably to, and you're good to go, man. Why don't you tell them about your week, Angela?
So my week was good. Spags is in here. Spags, you can tell Jenny that whole incubator, man. That I'm not sure when it got unplugged, but it has made a difference. Still, nothing has hatched. So I think it's time to give up the ghost and just say it's not going to work. So I don't know. At some point, maybe I can get some more eggs from you, and we'll start all over again and protect the incubator so that nobody unplugs it. Now that we don't have anybody under brooder lights, it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I had two different people come over, unplugging lights and that kind of thing. I don't know who did it. So I really don't know how long it was. Garen thinks it was only 8 hours. It had to have been longer because I've got nothing. Nothing. And the weird part is nothing smells rotten. That's the weird part.
Yeah.
So
Lynn says that young bucks get on the roof. Got to have young bucks in your area. We live out in the country, and getting people over here on short notice like that is next to impossible.
Yeah, especially this time of year. Everybody's planting, getting everything tilled and all that. So all those young bucks are bucking hay and all kinds of stuff. So
yes or no?
What? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Dana.
Oh, is that why he said, well, NG?
Yeah, he texted. That's why. Yes. So Dana asked a question on somebody else's live. She wanted to know what our logo was. She thought that the new logo was a hyena. Or did I read your question wrong, Dana? No, it was not a hyena. It is here. Hang on. Let me get.
Can be able to see it.
Yeah, hang on. Present, share screen.
Got it. Oh, that's not big enough.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? Okay, there you go.
So
Yeah.
that is the new logo. Hang on. Yeah,
The new logo with the OG.
Yeah, that's baby. That is my cartoon rendition of our
One of the best, grumpiest goats you've ever
Yes.
met.
yes. And he was
He had attitude.
well, but you know what? He was a real sweetheart too.
He was. You should have seen him when we put the fencing up, and like he was like just watching, and you could tell he was fuming. And then when he was like, I think I can still scale that, and he was pretty confident until Chris started wrapping the barbed wire at the very top, and he literally stood in the middle of the pasture. And he huffed and puffed, and if looks could kill, he would have been all dead.
Well, and what was funny was he could jump over that fence.
Right.
He would have if he wanted to, he could have cleared that fence by about 2 feet. That's not a demon, man.
Aw, come on,
that was
man.
baby. That broke my heart when he passed away. He was a good goat.
He was a good goat.
He sired a lot of good babies.
Beautiful babies.
A lot of beautiful babies.
Yeah.
Speaking of babies, when it rains, it pours around here. Good Lord.
We have a special on goats.
Yes, if you're looking for goats, we can, we'll call it a herd in a box. We had 2 more twins. So in the past 2 weeks, we've had 2 sets of twins, all 4 males and 1 female. The female's cute as butt.
I know.
She's white.
But no more pygmies.
Yeah, no more pygmies. We got to get rid of the little ones.
We're getting into the meat market now. We got people pounding down our door, and we're like, oh, they're just not ready. We got to get bigger goats in here. So, yeah, no more pygmies. I got what I needed. I've got my kinders, and it's time for the pygmies to go.
We're gonna start selectively breeding to get the bigger.
Yep.
The bigger kinders.
All kinder and all Nubian only. That's all I want. And the pygmies are cute and they're great and they're fun. So if you need lawn maintenance, anything like that, they're awesome. If you have a farm, you need bushes maintained, things that the cows won't eat, they're perfect for it. And so absolutely fantastic. So the special is you get mama and 2 babies for $200.
Or a mama and a female baby for $200.
Right.
Because females are
What you gonna do with the other male?
Huh?
What you gonna do with the other male? There's 2 sets of twins.
No, there's two sets of male twins, bucklings, and then 1 female with the mama.
Yeah. Okay. $200.
Speaking of goats and maintaining and land and stuff, somebody's given a class out by Manhattan on building a business out of your goat herd.
The 8th and 9th.
Yeah. Well, it's Monday and Tuesday every
weeks.
week this month, so you can choose. I'm seriously considering going. It's free. It's 2 days.
In the Fiji.
Yeah, they give you lunch, and they show you how to keep the books and how to build a business with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
including rent-a-goat, which would be perfect for the pygmies because they'd be easy to move and all of that. We might need to keep that in mind. I don't know. We'll just keep it in mind.
We can
still
always
need
breed. We can always
breed more. Yeah.
Look at you. Oh, Dolly's beating Frey up with her stuffed bunny fly. She got a little stuffed animal that looks like a bunny with butterfly wings on it.
No, I think it's a teddy bear bee.
Oh, is that the teddy bear bee?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
hey, Starla, I saw that you called, and I wasn't ignoring you.
Is Starling in here?
Yeah, somebody said hi to
Oh,
Mark.
there you go.
So the thing is, I work until 7, and I have overtime, and it doesn't care. I don't care what night it is. It is always overtime. I have not clocked out at 7 o'clock, and so I am not good to reach before 7:15, sometimes 7:30. So at night. So you got to reach me after that. But I did see that you called, so wasn't ignoring you. I was actually on a call, so at work, a work call. I guess that didn't make sense. I needed to clarify that. So, but yeah, so that's what's up with that.
No.
Oh, that's what she was trying to tell me. She's going to update me on, I think. Ryan.
What does it say?
I don't have my glasses, but I see palliative care.
No.
Let's see, not going to stay on long. Being placed on palliative hospice care. Leukemia has metastasized. I am exhausted. It's okay. Just give me a call when you're available. I will.
Well, Starla, we hope you.
We'll be praying for you.
Yeah,
girl.
we will be praying.
You and Mark both.
Yeah. They're over there making all kinds of noise. Oh, let's see. We moved the baby chicks out. We got the Jersey Giants out into the coop, into the brooder. Their new run came today, or actually it came yesterday. I haven't been able to get it going yet, but I'm going to set it up. It's a 10 by 19 foot run, and then
I thought it was bigger than that.
maybe 12 by 19 foot. I don't remember off the top of my head. All I know is I'm going to enclose one end on it, so we've got a big enough space for all the chickens. As far as I can tell, there's 8 to 12 roosters out in that batch. So
of just the Jersey Giants.
Just the Jersey Giants.
That's not bad.
No, and they'll be gone. We'll butcher those in 8 months.
I don't know. I want a bird that's worth it. I've never raised these before, so I'd like to just take our time and really see what we want to do.
Well,
with them.
we'll keep at least 2 roosters.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, as far as size, I want to see how they do. They are growing fast, but I don't know. I'll look and see. I'll look it up and see when the best butcher date is for them.
Okay. So, but we'll be getting rid of most of the males. So it's the flock, the Jersey Giant flock is gonna be, before loss, is probably 22 to 24 birds, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I ordered 24 total of the Jersey Giants.
Oh,
The others are comments.
oh, that's
I don't
right.
want the comments in with the
So we'll have 12 to 14 hens
that ain't bad.
and two roosters.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. And then good deal. Ooh, I'm happy about that turnout. That's not bad for $5 a chick.
That's if I was right. That's if I'm right about the roosters. I don't know how they're crowns.
So the females do have crowns. So
But are they?
those were not a guaranteed straight run. The comets are. But the
Comets are all
Jerseys,
females?
yes, comets are all females. But the Jersey Giants are not. And so we'll have to figure. We'll watch them.
Mhm.
We'll watch them. We'll give it a bit. But yeah, I'm not upset about that. At $5 a bird, 15 pounds per bird.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. That's some meat going in the
Charlotte,
freezer.
have a good night.
Good night, Starla.
Yeah. Did a lot of planting. Got some of her magic collard greens into the ground. So hopefully they take off.
Did you get the magic? Oh, you haven't had a chance.
I haven't. I just haven't.
I got magic Brussels sprouts too.
that are all growing.
You're like, plant
But
me.
the garden's coming in. Not quite as fast as I wanted. Not gonna lie, but it's been rainy, so everything is that overwatered, pale yellow right now. But there's
It's gonna start burning out.
there's some real healthy plants. It's not supposed to rain until Friday. So
Yeah.
if we get
Sweet potatoes look good.
4 or 5 days of no rain and this heat that we've been having, because it's been in the 80s. It's supposed to be a little bit cooler tomorrow. The garden should take off, and the established stuff, the comfrey that we've got planted, and
It's doing fantastic.
the horseradish that we didn't transplant this year. In fact, the horseradish I transplanted earlier is doing great. The sage that I transplanted is doing great. All the perennials that are in the garden beds out front are just going nuts. And okay, I can't tell the difference between catnip and mint. The catnip is a relative of mint, and so when you taste it, it's got a minty flavor to it, just kind of washed out and kind of blah.
I just knew that I didn't have mint in that bed.
But
The neighbor's cat came over.
Apparently, whenever we had it 2 years ago was the last time we had a really good one.
Yeah.
The cats knocked all the seeds onto the ground, so it volunteered all around the base of the bed, and now it's growing like crazy. And our cat and the neighbor's cat showed up yesterday, and the neighbor's cat could not have run away from our dogs. She was so stoned whenever we caught her out there, and we're like, shoo, and she's like,
she couldn't move.
I've never seen a cat move in slow motion.
I was thinking he disappeared for a little bit, and I'm like, I wonder if he didn't carry her back to her house.
No, she followed me out to the garden. I was out pulling weeds and looking at the garden.
I was like, so no quarter. Yeah, we have a lot of fruit trees and nut trees. Yeah, we've got a lot, and we've got always plant. And this year, as a matter of fact, we planted. What did he send us?
We got 2 figs, and we got a Santa Rosa plum, and let me see. We got 2 plum trees from Derek at foodforestnursery.com. Link in the description below. Use our code Grumpy10 to get 10% off.
Several raspberry bushes.
We got some raspberry bushes, and I would say
blackberry bushes.
I would say the leftover blackberry bushes, maybe 25% of them are sprouted.
Sweet.
You know, but we've got 3 producing apple trees. We've got 2 producing pear trees. We've got some adolescent pear and apple trees and peach trees. We've got the
apricot tree.
The one fig that we had from 2 years ago that we thought died because the goats kept getting to it.
It did not die.
It did not die, and it is coming back. It's not very big. It's not very strong right now. One of the ones we got this year is extremely strong. But yeah. So, and then I found when we were staking the property last weekend, I told you about that on the live. We found 3 mulberry trees out on the back of the property, and then I found another mulberry tree up on the front of the property that I was not aware of because it had never produced any fruit until this year. So, we've got a lot of production, and I found 2 brand new, they're young black walnut trees up in the front by the road, and I'm debating whether to cut them down or not because they're right over the garden.
I wouldn't cut them down.
Mississippi Homesteads, they actually have apples and pears.
Nice.
Raspberries.
Yeah, I think I ended up with a total of 6 or 7 bushels of apples, and those are what the animals didn't eat, what wasn't wasted, and that kind of thing. What I could pull in.
At the end of the season, I gave them about 10 5-gallon buckets full of
yeah, because there's only so much I can do. And I had put back all kinds of apple pie filling and apple butter and all kinds of stuff. So I do a lot with that. This year, it sounds like I actually have help, people wanting to learn how to can and help me out. So this year, I think we'll be able to put away a lot.
We've actually got apples on the tree right now. They're not they're only like that big right now.
It takes them a while. We won't get them until fall. But
a ton of blackberries and huckleberries. We got some huckleberry plants, and
we do.
Yeah, those are the ones you brought back from Colorado.
No. Those are honeysuckle, fruity honeysuckle.
Fruity honeysuckle. Oh, I'm sorry.
So they fruit, and I lost one, but I still have a male, thank God. So the male and a female survived.
Yep.
So I wish I could get back out to Colorado, out there, and see that guy from the university again, because those are really cool trees.
Quarter, we did not use the freeze dryer very much last year. We did most.
I couldn't do a lot because of how broken I was.
Yeah, most of 90% of what we did was canning.
Yeah. Yeah, because he could lift everything for me, and then I could sit and do a lot. But yeah, no, it's I know it sounds strange, but when canning, I can just use whatever produce and then throw that in, render it and then throw it in and do that. Really, I didn't do a lot of that either. And then I would say, for the most part, because of the accident and everything, our food preps suffered in the last year.
Hey, LP, did you get your book yet? I put it in the mail a week ago.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I thought I did.
No, you
Yeah.
took some
Last week.
Thursday or Friday. Hasn't been.
Anyway, if you haven't gotten your book, it's on the way. It's on the way.
Everybody reading it so far
he
is
didn't.
impressed
He has
and they
not.
like it. Yeah.
He has not gotten it yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it went not only snail mail but media post. So I think that's
I
longer.
thought I sent it like a week ago.
No.
Oh, okay.
I was like, you need to get these to the post office. I think
And
it was Thursday.
And I did.
Yeah, Thursday. So it'll probably be another week before you get it. And then Angie's is on its way. And so it went the same way. Marion got hers. Jonathan's going to wait for his. And then Susie's going to wait for hers till we see her, which we need to see when the next gathering is so we can get down there. So,
Well, why don't you ask?
Spax?
No,
Data? Is he in here?
Let Patrick know. No, I just texted him.
Oh, yeah, I know I will. Well, I can usually see, like, they'll notify me and that kind of thing. So, but
Oh, goodness.
yeah, and then so I don't know. It's just been a lot.
Well, we got a lot of rain this last week too, so that kind of
Dampered a lot.
that kind of made it hard. Saturday, I was by 1 o'clock. I was covered from head to toe in mud.
Yeah.
Because I was out doing gardening stuff. But I did, like I said, I got a lot planted. Came up with. I've been fighting how to do a proper food forest, and I finally watched a David the Good video where he did a walking tour of his Alabama food forest. Highly recommend it. If you guys want to see how a food forest is supposed to work and how it looks, go watch that video because he did a great job of explaining all the plants and what they did and how they were behaving in the whole structure of it all. But yeah, I watched that and I'm like, okay, I know how I'm going to do the food forest now. Everything still revolves around keeping the goats and the sheep out of it. So it's not going to come together really quick, but eventually I will get there.
Well, and that's even where you came up with that idea. So we basically told the community, come and get what plants you want. The rest of them, they're going out in the woods. They're going to go where they go. And if they work, they work. If they don't, they don't. But
I can't see out of your glasses. You got fingerprints all over them.
Well, I work for a living.
Oh my gosh. You're right. I sit around and eat bonbons all day.
No, you just don't wear glasses. That's why you don't.
I forgot to. I honestly, I forgot to get them.
You need to do some doctor's appointment.
I wear my glasses at work all the time so I can see. And my hearing aids now.
Yeah, I need new glasses. My glasses are all scratched up.
I will say this. The world is a very noisy place. I always said that in regards to listening to what God talks to you about. But you put hearing aids in and it becomes exponentially more noisy and harder to concentrate because I hear every single little noise now. Can you hear yourself chew?
Yes.
You can? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear yourself chew.
Can't everybody hear themselves chew?
Not unless I got my ears in.
It's weird. I see, said the blind man.
Yes, I could see.
Oh my god.
No, but it's
Leonard can hear himself chew.
Hacks said it would take me about 3 weeks to get used to it, and I guess I'm not wearing my ears enough because I'm still not used to it. And my truck is still driving me nuts with all the funky noises it makes.
Just don't put them in until you get out of the truck.
Do what?
Just don't put them in until you get out of the truck.
I'm getting there.
Stop licking my feet. It's gross.
Ew. Do we need to film it?
No.
Get you on OnlyFans,
You
like
expect.
Glenn suggested. Okay, So I did. It's been so long since I've had good hearing that I did not know this. I did not know that
You could hear
just
it?
like on a regular basis, you could hear it. You know, I know if I had like crunchy stuff in, I could hear it, but not just regular eating.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird. That's so weird. Of course, I was told. When did I start working at True? I knew in 2003 when I started working for them that I needed hearing aids because they do a little test where they stand behind you and they do this number, and if you can't hear it, Faith the eye health nurse was like, yeah, you probably ought to get hearing aids, and that was in 2003. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
What?
he's finally getting himself in shape, so he's going to go get another hearing test. He's going to get a sleep apnea test.
Yes,
He's going to file for his VA. He got a company that's going to help, and so he's coming along. So far, far better than you were 5 years ago.
no, physically I'm worse.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about. I mean, with willing to be dealing with the VA.
Well, it's just
Yeah, Paul's like, what? Yeah. Yep. So finally get him going.
what else we got going on this week? Oh,
I could add an eye check onto that. Why don't we add an eye check onto that? You can
I don't think I can
you
get.
can do them at the VA.
I don't think that I can get that as this part of the disability.
Yes, you can. You're going to be 100%.
I can't blame that.
Oh, no, not as part of the disability, but they'll do your hearing test and get your glasses. Your glasses are free.
Well, yeah, if I decide to go through there.
Well, I mean, you should. It's your benefit.
Actually, Len, I found a company that helped a friend of ours get his disability, and they take a little bit, but it's money that's never been in my pocket before, so it doesn't really bother me. And he said they did a really good job, and he's got some serious things from his time in service. So they should be able to help me. I mean, my ankles are shot. My thumbs of all things. Who knew?
Your thumbs have always been shot, but
I wonder why the one stayed broken for 3 years. Is there any way you could tell them?
I
Any
didn't
idea?
know you broke it. That's not fair. So he was out at sea. And
Oh, for 3 years. For 3 years.
I forget. Most people
She
heal.
forgets.
So he broke his finger or his thumb out where you were at sea. You were doing something.
We were doing hand-to-hand combat training.
Doing hand-to-hand combat training, and he broke his thumb. And I'm like, it wasn't wrapped. He didn't do anything with it, because he's a tough Marine. And so he just need any of that. And so he was doing something screwy, and I grabbed his thumb, and it just went, and we were dating at the time. And he's like, oh my God. And he
But she did it for
and
like
I felt
3 years.
horrible.
She would forget. She would grab my thumb and just make it worse.
I think it was because in my mind, I knew that made you stop. So
I'll tell you what. Here's how I broke it. This is pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. If you've ever seen the Redmond gear that they use when they spar in judo or karate, it's the big gloves and the helmet and stuff. I hit a guy. You can't tuck your thumb whenever you're punching with that, so your thumb's hanging out here. And the guy came in, and I punched him so hard. I had my glove on. It broke that. It fractured that little bone right there. And I caught him right in the eye hole, and I just turned the entire side of his face black and blue.
Eye socket?
No, the eye hole on the mat on the helmet.
Oh, okay.
But all the tissue around his eye just went black almost immediately.
Oof.
I hit him hard too.
We
were having a lot of fun.
Who was that?
Oh, I don't remember who it was.
Was that the tall one that was
Mahomes?
dating LeBron?
Mahomes? No,
it was the other one.
No, that was Mahomes was dating her.
He said something. No, not then. He wasn't dating her. It was the other one that was hanging around. And you purposely took him into the boxing ring because he said something about me. And you're like, come on, let's go.
I never did that.
I thought I remember you saying something about that because he made some comment.
No, I had it. The kid said he thought he could take me. I said, "Come on, let's go." And he's like, "Oh, I don't want to. You'll use your rank." So I took my rank off, and he never did.
Huh.
He
Okay.
quit talking shit too because I did it right in front of him. And
Yeah,
all
I
his
don't think
buddies.
we ever saw him again after that.
No, this happened on the ship.
Yeah, I know. And so after you guys got back, we never saw him again.
No, no big deal.
No, it wasn't. It was no loss.
What's that say? Temp disability. I'm not a vet, as I wouldn't go through this. SSDI. So let's see what else went on this week.
I'm getting things together for the party. I put a bunch of stuff in. I can't get
Yeah,
on the
it's all
same
way
page.
too much. Way too much money.
You don't have to worry about that. This is my.
I
gift to
do
you.
because this is it,
No.
all the money in this household is fungible.
So I have my own money. And so, I mean, I get what you're saying, but if I want to spend some on you, and it's not about, I just put some ideas in there. I just need some feedback. Either way,
We've
plates
been
have
married
to-
for 30 some years, and she still doesn't realize I'm not a party planner.
okay, then I'm just going to do it myself.
All right.
So, but I'm like,
Because the parties are for you anyway. Anytime we have
you actually thought this one was fun. Give me a break.
No, I like
he
the
was so
idea.
excited that he ran to work and told his coworkers, and now they're coming.
No, they're not.
I thought you said they were, or
No.
Scott, or not Scott. I thought I asked you if Nick and Scott were coming, and you said, yeah, they want to come.
No.
Oh, okay.
Nikki and Scott.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha. We know too many Scotts
Yeah, there's too many Nickies.
and too many Nickies.
And too many Nickies and Scott
I
combinations.
literally have everybody in, like, I've got Scott S, and then Nikki L, and then Nikki, and then, like, I'm gonna have to put Nikki H because now there's a new Nikki. Like, there's a lot. So, but yeah, then let's see. So I don't know. That was pretty much it. It was just panting, getting everything together. I was trying to get some extra stuff done in the house and get that done. Finally got things cleared off of the table for about 5 minutes.
Because the TV wasn't working.
Enough to, no, that's not true. That was the plan for the day.
Oh,
anyway.
was it? Okay.
And then, so got that bartender's helper and got that cleaned up. And then I did something with my tablecloths. So I got organized. Well, I thought I was organized.
You put it where you could find it. That's what the problem is. You put the damn thing where you could find it.
Where it was supposed to be. And so now
It's probably sitting right next to my mantis.
I don't know. So now I can't find it. And so I'm like, I almost wonder if the mantis isn't in the drawers. Have you looked in the drawers?
I thought I did.
So I don't know. So I had to go buy a new tablecloth. And then I was disappointed because the tablecloth that I wanted my old tablecloth. And
Look who
so
it is.
I wanted to go buy that tablecloth and they didn't have it. Stains, girl. Girl, are you ever going to come and get your mail? You got the debit card sitting over here, girl.
Oh, she does?
Yeah. You want to activate it and go
Yeah, let's
shopping?
activate it.
It's her Louisiana bank too. It's where all the money's at. We can do that.
Let's give her till the weekend. She
She's
doesn't
not
get,
here by Saturday. We're going shopping.
She doesn't get it by the end of the day. Saturday, Sunday, we're going shopping.
Right after church.
You can buy
Because responsible
you can
Christians.
buy all the party supplies you want.
Your party's on skates.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, they're talking.
And because the bank's in Louisiana, so we'd be in a totally different county, so they can't pull the video. We would totally get away with it.
They're talking about the meteors that exploded. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing the stories that people have created around those meteors.
Okay.
And I'm not even sure they're meteors. They could have been planes. That's the thing about it is nobody knows.
There's
NASA.
something I haven't heard.
NASA. Oh, so there were sonic booms all over the East Coast in Tennessee and one out in California.
Okay.
And the NASA came out and said that it was meteors entering the atmosphere.
Sounds to me like a possibility more or less from China, and that would be Russia on the other side.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Everybody's coming up with these, from everything from missiles being shot down.
I mean, kind of what it sounds like to me. And we know that missiles get shot down all the time. The Washington, D.C. has had to deal with Russia several times. And so, yes, they have.
They haven't shot.
It's all in the thing. Tag showed it to me. It's all in monkey works. You can see where the planes come over and what's going on.
Okay.
Well, I'm just telling you what I was told to show them. I was like, oof. But I guess apparently it happens all the time. They try to enter our airspace. So now those were airplanes. Those were not missiles.
Right.
But so not sure what you were freaking out about. But yeah, no, I don't know. But I've also seen the asteroids when they fall out of the sky. When we were in DC, we were stationed there, and one came down, a meteor, and they're like giant fireballs that go through the sky and then come down, and they go really, really fast. It didn't look like a missile. When I explained it to Garen what it was, he told me exactly what it was, and then he's like, "But I don't believe you." And then it came out on the news the next day that a meteor had gone down. So they just don't really ever see them. But I didn't hear anything. So, and I would think if it
depends on how fast it is when you see it.
It was super fast when I saw it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it was traveling faster than the speed of sound.
Oh, okay. Maybe it just hadn't gotten low enough yet. Because I've heard it when the planes break sound barrier, and it's horrible.
Mm-hmm. And it did. It just sounded like a sonic boom.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Of course, if you get a good one, it explodes in the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
That make a much bigger boom.
Well, we don't want that to happen. They were playing war games.
Depends on where it happens. There's places in the world I wouldn't mind it happening to.
They get over the farm fields out here, and then they start doing their thing. And I don't know, probably some young pilot got a little overzealous and broke sound barrier.
Yeah, we heard it a couple times out here.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I didn't hear that one. So that's interesting. So as I'm going through and I'm studying this conspiracy theory party.
Lynn's right. The comic books are full of reasons why not to touch meteors.
Right. And then, so then the, even Big Bang Theory did one on that. That was funny. That one. And then, what does it say? Oh, when I was looking at the conspiracy theory party, I was like, I'm trying to figure out, like, why are there birds like with drone heads on them?
Birds aren't real.
This was I didn't know this was a thing. And so I was like, literally sitting on the internet having this debate with myself. Birds are real. But then I was like, well, could birds not be real? And then I'm like, I don't think I can get sold on that one. A drone is a drone, a bird is a bird. But I'm also a Navy brat. So drones are called birds. So I'm conflicted here.
I went down a rabbit hole on Waco the other day, and I was like, ooh, there's some good ones in here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're so loud. Yeah, that's nothing. We were by well, first of all, I grew up on Navy base. My dad was he worked as DS-31, and so they were on those F-15s all the time, 14, 15, something like that.
Commotion front.
And so
only 4.5 years left.
So we would hear them all the time. So I grew up around that. The one thing that got me the first time the B-52 flew over the house. We were right in the air path between the stadium and Whiteman. And
this is when we lived in
Pleasant Hill. Yeah.
They would fly out
directly over the house.
It wasn't B2, it was B2s, not
B2s. Okay. And so they would come flying over, and they were just they're at that point right over our house is when they're gaining speed to go over.
Well, they're making the turn to go towards Arrowhead. They would literally make it like right over our house.
And I was like, oh, I hate Chiefs games.
You know, and they were flying low enough a couple of times that the
pilots could wave at you.
Yeah, they had F-15s, and you could see the pilots.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Yeah,
and they would wave.
They were 1,000 feet up in the air, but you could still see them.
They would especially wave when Jamie was out in the front yard at Craig's house.
No, that was the helicopter. Those were the helicopter pilots from Whiteman. That would do that.
So,
friend of ours had a very attractive daughter, and
he would get so mad.
a couple of times he caught the SAR guys from Whiteman flying multiple passes over his house whenever his daughter was out sunbathing.
Right. So that was funny.
Well, and we laugh about that, but my dad was a football coach there in Lone Jack, Missouri, and he knew the base executive officer at Whiteman when he was there, and he was a football coach, and he would contact the guy when it rained and they needed the field dried off, and the guy would send the search and rescue helicopters over to blow dry the baseball diamonds.
Oh,
and the
seriously?
football fields there in Lone Jack. Yeah,
That's funny.
Yeah. So they were on mission. They were doing missions anyway. And he's like, hey, go hover over the field for 5 minutes and blow it dry. And they would blow the fields dry.
That's funny.
Well, anything about it. It's great. Number one, it's great training. Number two, it's great PR. It's great community PR.
See, but Hax isn't in here. His brother is a Black Hawk pilot. Aren't they Black Hawks?
Retired Marine
No,
Corps.
he was
a Cobra pilot. He was in
Was it a Cobra?
Pilot. Yes.
Well, I thought it was a Hawk that he was flying, but
no.
So he was in the Cobra, and he come flying over, flew over their farm, and it was down there and made a pass in a circle, waving down at Darren. And Darren's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
He showed us a cool video.
Yeah, well, at least you know if he can get a hold of a helicopter, he can get it, bail us out. We all get out of here.
Well, I'll tell you what, those Cobras, those things, when they're flying straight towards you, you cannot hear them till they're right on top of you. We were out at Longbow Range on Pendleton doing a live fire exercise. Well, we weren't in live fire. We were doing field exercise, and they had a helicopter pad on this little raised hill in the middle of the valley, and we're out there early in the morning, and we kind of heard something. Then all of a sudden, I've got a great picture someplace of one of my Marines standing in front of that pad, and the Cobra just literally popped up over the edge of the hill and is hovering about 10 feet off the ground, not very far in front of him. You can see the dust kicking up around his feet. It was that close. But they came in over the other end of the valley and flew down the valley below where we were, and then popped up on us. And had it been war, we probably would all been dead.
Yeah, don't you think? Yeah. It's nice to have.
That was the same weekend I almost stepped on the recon guys that were using us as a training exercise.
Oh, the games you play in the military.
I got to do some cool stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So that, I don't know. I mean, I hate to say it. I have just been exhausted. It was a whirlwind of work. It seemed like having that holiday week got so much done, and then get back to work, and it was like, oh, why does this short week feel so long? I'm so ready for a day off. And so I'm just trying to catch up back from that and get that going. So I was just exhausted a lot. I had to alter my cooking this weekend. I tried to. I still went overboard. So he had said last week that I made 2 weeks worth of food. And I'm like, there's no way I made 2 weeks worth of food. Now you'll go through that, no big deal.
She made 3 weeks this time.
No, I did not. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to do this one dish because I got to use up XYZ. And so I'll just get this done. And then that's going to be it. And then I was like, man, I looked at the eggs over on the counter and like, go get me some sausage out of the freezer. I'm going to make some scotched eggs. I got to do some of these eggs before they go bad. And then, so then that happened. And then I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I guess we could be putting stuff in the freezer, but nothing's going to waste. So as long as it doesn't go to waste, that's all I care about. But yeah, so yeah, I've pretty much taken care of anything that I have to cook for a while.
Yeah, there's at least 2 weeks worth of food in there.
We got a whole lasagna out in the freezer. Got other meals out in the freezer, stuff that I'd prepped and done. Maybe it's just time
There's
to
like
start
5
using.
casseroles out there in that one freezer.
I know. I was thinking about the Italian rice balls that are out there.
Yeah,
I was
those
thinking
are out
about
there.
those, but I don't want to take them out, thaw them out, and cook them because we've got plenty of food. So maybe when I get back from the kids this weekend. So, but which you got to make time to go get that
I
trailer.
know.
So, no, I was supposed to go see the kids last weekend. It rained, and so that didn't happen. And then was sad because then they lied to us. I did have a window that I could have got down there, and the mattresses would not have gotten wet. So hopefully nobody's lying, and I'm going to get down there this weekend with no rain. Of course, they'll probably tell us it's going to be beautiful and sunshiny, and I'll be dodging tornadoes all the way down.
Saturday is supposed to be a great day all across the region.
Perfect. Then Saturday's the day I'll go.
Or it's going to rain.
Oh my God. So, but yeah, so that's about it. And then he wasn't feeling good Sunday, so we didn't go to church. And that made for a weird day.
I did start watching The Chosen, though. I had, if you guys don't know what that is, that's Angel Studios did I think it's in its 5th season. But anyway, they did a show. It's a dramatization of the Gospels, basically. And I had always been trepidatious about watching it because they're literally putting words in Jesus' mouth. They're extrapolating conversations that could have taken place around the Gospels, right?
Oh, Hax is bringing the trailer tomorrow.
Oh,
nice. Thank you.
I was going to come get it Friday, but thank you.
Well, you need to load it Friday, or are you going to load it Saturday?
I'll load it Saturday when it's cool outside.
Yeah, no, let him bring it tomorrow.
Okay.
So,
and I apologize, Hex. That was miscommunication on my part. But anyway, so I started watching it, and I like it. I haven't found anything. I'm constantly looking for reasons to turn it off because I don't want to be misled by a TV show. And I really can't find any reason to turn it off so far, but it got me thinking, you know, we never talk about Jesus' life outside the Gospels, right? And you never really think about it. And there's some scenes in there. I'm like, you know, he's doing carpenter stuff in a couple of scenes, and he's just being a guy trying to come to grips with his place. Not come to grips. That's not the right way to say it. But he's working through his outcome, where he's going to be in life, you know, his role in life. And when I say working through, I'm not mean like he's fighting with it. He's just like slowly going through it and getting ready for it. Right. And I was telling her yesterday, they have a scene when he's with these kids, right? And he's doing carpenter stuff. And I'm like, this is 7 years before the crucifixion. And, you know, those kids will be 17 when he's crucified, and they're going to remember him as the kind carpenter that was being a rabbi to him out in the middle of a field.
Kids are pretty into it.
You know, and I was like, there are people like that all throughout the story, you know, that he interacted with. And I just, it blew my mind because you really never think about stuff like that.
It brought him to tears, literal tears. And then, there's another one. Did you get the text that I sent you about the revolution?
Yeah, I haven't watched
History of America. So, Hillsdale College is putting on a series, and you can sign up and you can watch these videos on your own time in split series. But then I heard on Mark Levin tonight that you can actually go to hillsdalecollege.com, and there's selected theaters that are going to be playing them.
Oh, nice.
You won't go to those. So we just need to sign up and do it. A lot of the reviews and everything on it, they were like, these are fantastic. Other people who have been in history and done all of that said they never knew pieces of some of the history that is being shared and that kind of thing. So super excited. I'm kind of excited to see it. I'm not going to lie.
Well,
Sheep Detectives first.
Hillsdale puts out some good stuff. If you don't know what Hillsdale is, Hillsdale is it's a private college. They don't take any federal grant money whatsoever. It's all privately funded, and it's very conservative. And they do a listen and learn type of classes that are free on hillsdale.com. And they've also got a newsletter that they put out that's free. It has a lot of great articles and stuff in it. I highly recommend it. Mm-hmm. I wish we would have had the financial wherewithal to be able to send our kids there, but you know.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we would have fought to get our daughter there, but our son would have went.
Yeah.
Equally would have been better there than at Wentworth.
Yeah, it's true.
But he's doing all right. He's good. He found his way.
That night, I was sick Sunday, and I had been wanting to see Gettysburg. I hadn't watched Gettysburg since, gosh,
Forever.
the 90s, probably the last 25 years. And we're coming up on it, July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of 1863. And so I rented the extended edition. And wow, I forgot how long that was. It's like almost a 3-hour movie. But there's a lot of good history, and the storylines were awesome.
Yeah. So I figured something out. So at the bank, we had a customer call, and he asked about the commemorative 250-year $2 bills that are coming out. And I was like, well, I haven't heard anything about that. Let me check. Hang on just a second. He wanted to order $400 worth. And so, because usually we can take orders and do all of that. So I started doing some checking to see if we could get those. Here's the problem. We can order them, and any bank can order them for you. We can't guarantee what we get sent. And so you order $400 worth, they may be today's $2 bills.
Do they still make $2 bills?
Oh, yeah. They do.
I haven't seen a $2 bill in over.
I miss the ones from San Diego. The San Diego Zoo had $2 bills.
Those weren't legitimate. Those were only good at the
Karen, I spent them. I was an idiot kid and I spent them. They were legitimate money. No, they were anyway. So they were. I wish my dad was in here. They were legitimate $2 bills. And so the 250-year commemoratives that I looked online to see what the Mint is selling them for. They have them, and they run anywhere between $20 and $30. Depends on the setup and all of that you want to get. But the banks cannot guarantee that they're going to get you the commemorative. I would say just give people time. Times are going to get tight. If they do get them, they're going to spend them, and they're going to go into circulation. Granted, they won't be worth as much, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I always spent them. I was like, that's funny money. Might as well have a goose on it like Canada, as far as I'm concerned. $2 bill, please. 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s.
I like $2 bills. There's nothing wrong with them, and I think they're fun for kids. So, in fact, just because you said that, I may order some. $2 bills and keep them around for the grandkids.
You can be that grandma.
I'm gonna be that grandma.
Candy in one pocket and $2
bills in the other. That's right.
Oh goodness. Well, we're almost at an hour.
Okay.
If you walk away, can you go get my glasses off the desk?
Oh, for crying out loud.
Please. Well, I can't read
and you can't see out of mine, so
I can't see out of yours. I can't read the
that just means mine won't
comments.
get stretched out, so I'm good with that.
And I can't read the computer here.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go get his glasses. Everybody be at least 10% better tomorrow than you were today, and have fun.
So what do you guys want to talk about? There's so much stuff that's going on right now. Wow, just so much to talk about. Oh goodness. One thing I did want to talk about was, people got to do better. I say we, I mean people in general just need to do.
Before you move forward, did you see the email from Bunker?
No, I didn't.
So he needs to schedule you for this month.
Okay.
He said they record Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Oh, okay.
But he'll move it around for you.
I am going on Top's Bunker podcast, and we're going to talk about prepping and preparedness. So that
He's loving the book.
And what?
He's loving the book.
Oh, is he? Good. Let's see. What's going to be the first UFC fight at the White House? I have no idea. I'm really torn on that. They had boxing matches on the White House lawn, and tennis matches, and so it's not like it's unprecedented, right? Um, the spectacle though is probably going to be nothing like the White House has ever seen. I don't know if you guys have seen the pictures of the thing that they're building out in front temporarily. Yeah, it should be very interesting. Let's see, primaries right now, outcomes will be interesting. Yeah, I'm not holding my breath for anything in California to happen good. The chances are they're probably going to have two Democrats at the top of the ticket. And that was one thing I wanted to talk about. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on in this country, and it's stuff that people want. And when I say people, I don't mean all the people. I mean the people in certain locations. For example, we talked last week, the ban on fishing and hunting up in Oregon, or Washington last week. Maryland just passed a law, and it's going to be signed into law here pretty soon, that will essentially ban the sale of Glocks. Like any Glocks, it will be illegal to own or illegal to sell a Glock in the state of Maryland. But they like many things, leftists, they did it sneakily, because they're smarter than everybody else. They wrote the bill in a way that the trigger housing group, the trigger assembly for the Glock is built a certain way, and they made it so that is what made the guns illegal. So it for all intents and purposes, it outlawed Glocks. Anyway, Los Angeles mayor race, California governor race, New Mexico, all this stuff is going on. These people, the people in these places, a majority of these people want it. And I'm really torn on this. And you guys tell me what you think here in the comments. On one hand, it's their state, it's their city. If they want to screw it up, let them. All right. If they want to live in a third world country like Los Angeles, or want to make New Mexico crazy liberal town, let them. Right. But here's the problem. Because on the other hand, when they do stuff like that, that infection and that cancer grows, and it spreads. And look what they're doing to Texas. The chances of Texas going Democrat anytime soon are really realistically very low. But they're turning it. Colorado, they turned. The liberals moved into Colorado. I'm sorry, the leftists moved into Colorado, and look at Colorado now. It just so I'm torn. I don't want them coming in. I don't want people living outside Kansas and outside my county trying to influence elections. So am I intellectually dishonest if I care about what's going on in their localities? I don't know. But I'm telling you what, it's just like that talk that Billy and Spags and Buddy had the other night, and Patrick. They're quickly making it so there's no more options, right? And they see no problem with it. And they see no problem with it because they are morally superior to everybody else. And they know how. I am willing to let them live their lives the way they want. If they want to live in poop-filled streets with homeless encampments all over the place, nude dudes taking a dump in front of a school, that's fine. They can live someplace like that. But they're going to come here and they're going to try to influence where I live to become like that. It's been proven time and time again. They will not let you live your life the way you want, especially when they get a plurality. So, what do we do? Complacency and ignorance. Yeah, and that's one of the things. One of the big concerns about California is that two Democrats at the top of the ticket, down ballot voting by Republicans is going to be suppressed. And I don't mean actively suppressed. I mean, people are going to be discouraged. They're going to feel like their vote really doesn't matter, and they're going to stay away from the polls. So that's going to hurt down ballot voting. And not that I'm saying that the Republicans are a great, so much better than the Democrats. I told you how I felt about that last week. If you cannot see a difference between the two parties, then you've got a problem, right? It doesn't mean that I'm advocating what the Republican Party does as a whole, but if you can't tell the difference between the two, then you need to step back and reassess where you're coming from, all right? Because it all goes back to what I was talking about, triaging the problems and stopping the bleed, and it's going to take a lot of time. And being an accelerationist like Nick Fuentes and saying vote Democrat is only going to take time away from us, time that we can ill afford to lose. All right. Oh, but Paul, those are such outdated concepts right there, and they don't mean what you think they mean in leftist minds, right? They know better. Here's something, and if you've been on the channel any amount of time, you've heard me complain about this. Rewriting words, redefining words. I have a real problem with that because words have meanings, right? But I did figure out that they inadvertently redefined a word that really kind of shoots them in the foot, to be honest with you. And the word is racist. Now, put a one in chat if being called a racist really upsets you these days. I can tell you right now, some of you are probably just jamming on that one button, like one. And here's the reason why it doesn't have the meaning that it used to have, because they've redefined it inadvertently. So racism is not judging somebody by an immutable ethnic feature, color of their skin, whatever. It's not that anymore. Racism or a racist is somebody who's telling a liberal the truth, or somebody who is able to recognize pattern recognition. That's what racism is now. And that's what racist is. That's what a racist is. So they've redefined it, and that's why it doesn't bother us anymore. I know it doesn't. They don't know how to use it. Yeah, much like a lot of things. So there you go. If anybody calls you a racist, just look at them and go, "You're right. I know the truth, and I can recognize patterns." And here's the deal: everybody's racist. I mean, even every single one of you is racist at some level. Shane Gillis has got a great skit about being racist, and it goes, being racist is kind of like being hungry. You don't realize you're racist until you don't realize you're hungry until you're hungry, and you don't realize you're racist until something happens that makes you realize that you've had a racist thought in your head. Yes, that is 100% true, Paul. That is 100% true. If you guys can't read that, racism is denying a group of people basic civil liberties, which is not happening. Absolutely. Well, and that goes to something else that I wanted to talk about tonight. And we need to do better. There are literally people out there that think that the Delaney Hall ICE detention facility is forcing people to eat worms and eat bugs. They literally think that. No, nothing to back that up. It's just what they were told. It's like President Trump's a pedophile. Really? Show me. Well, they mentioned him in the Epstein files. Yeah, they mentioned him in the Epstein files because he reported Epstein as being a pedophile. So, and we can't, hey, Tiger, thanks for listening. We can't just make stuff up because we want it to be true. All right. And if you try to tell me that conservatives and patriots don't do that, then you're just lying to yourself. They do it all the time. I see it all the time. You know, willful ignorance. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a that so my here's my thing. Dumb and stupid are two separate things. All right. Dumb you really can't help. All right. Dumb is a state. Stupid is something that you can, much like your weight, you can take care of. There's a lot of stupid people out there right now, you know, and willfully dumb. Yes, there are a bunch of willfully dumb people, you know. Oh goodness. So what else we got going on in the world? Oh, here you go. Feds charge foreign nationals working for the National Institute of Health with smuggling monkeypox into the United States and lying about it. Huh. You know, they tell us that we should let illegal immigrants stay because they could be doctors, they could be great scientists. Yeah, we've got foreign nationals working for the NIH smuggling monkeypox in the country. So the not that puts them above Americans that would do that. We don't need to let them in the house, right? If the family's gonna be screwed up, let's let the family be screwed up. We don't need to bring the neighbors in, right? Oh, okay. Here's this one. Put a one in the chat if you know who Henry Nowak is. It's Nowak. This is a sad story. This is truly a sad story. So Henry Nowak was a 18, 19-year-old kid in Britain who was coming off a night of having fun, ran into a Sikh. They're in London, and Henry said something. He said something. Now, whether it was racist or playful, I don't know. I can't tell from the reporting. All right. All I know is that it turned into a scuffle. And because the guy was a Sikh in England, you're not allowed to carry a butter knife. But if you have a religious reason for carrying a dagger or a knife or even a sword, you can wear it around in public. And this guy stabbed Henry Nowak, stabbed him multiple times. The first one punctured a vein underneath his collarbone. When the police got there, they arrested him. He was bleeding out. He was literally bleeding out, and they put handcuffs on him because the brown guy said that he was assaulted racially. He was racially assaulted because Henry Nowak had said something or something like that. I don't know. This is the state of England. All right. This is the state of the United States. Are we as far gone as England is? Nope, but we could very quickly go there.
Look at New York.
Huh?
Look at New York.
No, look at South Carolina. The Ukrainian girl that got stabbed on the bus. Just because she was a white girl. And simple fact is we do live in a two-tiered society. All right. Criminals and minorities get special treatment. I've looked and looked and looked, and I cannot find what rights minorities and women and all these victim groups don't have that I have, but they insist on it. They insist that they're out there and it's happening. Here's a simple fact. Go look it up. 2 people in 2025 were shot by ICE, shot and killed. 36 people were killed by transgenders. So statistically, which one's the more dangerous group? Which one is a bigger danger to society? Oh, is it North Carolina? Those Carolinas, they all They're all the same to me. Oh, by the way, Bobby responded back. He's not Bobby Q. He's not selling his sauce anymore. He's just trying to get through what life throws at him. He said,
That's sad.
"Yeah." France was on after winning a soccer. Yeah, Jiminy Christmas. They're having World Cup matches in Kansas City. That should be interesting. This is one of the things I don't know. I don't know how they're doing in other cities, but in Kansas City, FIFA, if you live in an area next to where they're playing, they've literally made it so that you cannot travel freely. With you have to travel within the confines of what FIFA says around these venues.
It's happening in Independence.
Yeah, those people that live in Independence over by Arrowhead Stadium are going to be constricted about how they can drive.
Where they can park.
I would be pitching a fit if I lived in that area. It's one of the reasons why I don't live in the city. But it's crazy. And then they oversold the World Cup in America. We got Argentina, England, Portugal, Paraguay. Who's in that group? I don't remember. I don't remember who's in the group, but aside from England, all the other countries are like second world countries from Africa and South America.
And Nigeria is supposed to have all these dedicated people, fans.
They can't. The nationals from those countries can't travel here because it's too damn expensive. And then they oversold it, so everybody and their brother got their houses up on Airbnb. So the long time, like the people that have done Airbnb for like decade or so since it started, are complaining because they've watered down the market so much that they're not making any money. So as far as I'm concerned, having FIFA come to Kansas City has been a great big bust. Is Brazil in that? Is Brazil in that group?
I can't remember.
I just remember Argentina and England because Argentina's here right now, and England's down in Florida or Phoenix. I can't remember which one.
So Argentina
Florida.
Here, and there was some report out that people needed to be careful around the bars and respect their flag.
Oh yeah, the hooligans, the soccer hooligans. Oh, that's gonna be grand. That's gonna be fun to see how that pans out. I did a bunch of drunk Midwestern boys and a bunch of football hooligans facing off in downtown Kansas City in the Power and Light District. That'll be fun. That's gonna make the news. And if it happens any place, that's where it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That if you've never been to if you've ever been to Kansas City, they've got a place in downtown Kansas City called the Power and Light District, and it's a great big entertainment hub. It's right next to the Sprint Center. It's got some really nice restaurants and bars, great hotels around it, and it's got a great big screen in the main pavilion that they watch. Falkland, Kansas. No, not Falkland, Kansas. The first, I think the first match is going to be at Sporting KC, which is over in Wyandotte County at the Legends.
There is something down at.
But the main games are going to be over at Arrowhead. Paul's saying that they got bombed in Cape Cod. Trump blew up the missile. I think you're talking conversation we had about an hour ago, Paul. Unless something just happened that we don't know about.
What? Okay,
Why would they bomb Cape Cod?
where's my glasses?
I don't know.
I thought I left them on the table.
Nope, they're not here.
Oh, here.
Andrew's going to look it up, see what you're talking about. Oh, he's kidding.
Oh my God.
I don't know, man. They attacked them crab cakes. There's going to be some fighting going on.
If the Russians are fighting, nothing's going to land where it's supposed to.
Chinese too.
That's right.
Chinese guidance systems are worse than Russian guidance systems. That's my only concern about living where we live, because if they attack Topeka, if China attacks Topeka, the missile could very easily land on top of my head, even though we're 30, 40 minutes away from downtown Topeka. Oh, there it is. Paraguay, Austria, and Turkey is the group that's homed in Kansas City. But Argentina's playing here, England's playing here, and Nigeria. Angela says Nigeria is playing here. So I'm not a big soccer fan. If you're a big soccer fan, I'm sorry for you. There's something distinctly un-American about a game that routinely ends in a draw, a tie. Something distinctly un-American. It's one of the reasons why I got a problem with the NFL, because they changed the rule to make ties easier. That's one thing I'll give baseball. They can still do ties, but historically, extra innings. Yeah, extra innings. Absolutely. Soccer thumbs down. Oh, Starla popped in enough to say soccer thumbs down. Dana, take it easy. If you're taking off, I don't know. I'm just saying, Paul. I'm saying, Paul. If they do something to the crab cakes, man, game on. I'll back you up, man. I'll throw a case of I'll throw my AR and a case of barbecue sauce in, and we'll head out there and help defend the crab cakes.
Well, if you bring crab cakes back.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, man, they changed back in the day, they changed the hydrogenized oil, and they did that when we went to Rhode Island on that trip. That was the summer they did that, and my tummy did not handle it well.
Yeah, but that's why I learned how to make them myself.
Yep.
If he wants to send us crab, I'll trade him something.
Oh, you know what, Starla, you can watch the NFL if you want to. I watch it every now and then. I'm not a diehard fan. One thing I found interesting was, yesterday was the beginning of Pride Month, and the only major sports franchise that did not rainbow up their website was the NFL, and fully 1/3 of the teams did not mention it at all on their website. And to their credit, Kansas City was one of the ones that didn't mention it. I find it really funny, because the same demographic that gets out there and goes, "Ooh, capitalism, evil," the same people that do that, as soon as Target or the NFL, which is capitalism personified, or any of these big companies, they put a rainbow in their logos for the month of June. Oh, they'll buy that stuff. They will buy that up. Something fierce. You know what, I'm going to disagree with you there. I'm going to disagree with you. Yeah, the leather helmets, the NFL through the 70s and the 80s, and even into the early 90s, was still pretty damn tough. Some of the most physical players ever in the NFL were through the 70s and 80s. I mean, Walter Payton, my God, I got to see him play one time. It was a preseason game. My God, he ran. A lot of those guys from the 70s and 80s were tough as nails. Yeah, people killed in action. We can celebrate that. We can celebrate the veterans and the people that give their lives. We can celebrate them every day of the year if we want to. Doug, spoken like a true Texan. The 90s was good because Dallas could still win. Yeah, Lynn, we can celebrate them every day. I think that the alphabet people have overplayed their hand, and people in general are getting pretty sick of it. Now, the media, academia, and all these other institutions are still going to push it as hard as they can. We don't have to pay attention to it. In fact, I honestly, unless they're proselytizing kids or shoving it in my face, yeah, I honestly I could care less. You know.
Maybe you just don't order that much. My favorite bombas,
Oh,
they went.
Mississippi Homestead still has a Walter Payton Wheaties box. Unopened?
No.
If it's unopened, I wouldn't eat it. Oh, Starless, I forgot she's from Kansas. Yeah, but you're still a Dallas fan. You're still from Texas in respect to Dallas. Oh goodness. What a messed up thing. Oh, did you hear about what happened in Bakersfield today? Bank robber.
California?
Yeah, went into the Chase Bank there in Bakersfield with a bomb and a gun and took a bunch of people hostage. I don't know how that turned out. I guess he's still there as of about an hour ago. I guess he was still holding them hostage. Yeah, that we're gonna probably see a lot more bank robberies like that. Not that they don't happen on a regular basis, but they're probably going to become a lot more frequent here pretty soon. Oh, guys, go look up Columbus Square in Washington D.C. The before and after pictures. The Columbus Square from the Biden era and the Columbus Square from last week, as a matter of fact. Go look up the side by side pictures and tell me if you can tell the difference. Here's a hint: you're going to be able to tell because they washed all the graffiti off.
No.
You know, and that one of the planks of the Communist Party, or in the Communist Manifesto, is to allow monuments and things dedicated to the glory of the old system, to allow them to deteriorate and fall apart and just entropy out of existence. That's what they were doing. That when they were tearing down statues, when they were defacing the statues, that's what they were doing. I'm glad that Trump came in. And I saw a news report today. Some reporter asked some tourist, what do you think of the color of the blue of the reflecting pool? Well, it's not green, so the fact that it looks like a swimming pool blue, personally, that's a win for me. I don't know what the guy said, but had they asked me that question, I was like, seriously. Oh yeah, our glorious leader, Governor Kelly, Comrade Kelly here in Kansas, just signed on to an amicus brief that a bunch of state AGs have put together because he's been using the National Guard. He federalized the National Guard and had them in D.C., which is really, they act like it's never been done. Len, tell me if you remember this. Do you remember when we were in D.C. and they brought the National Guard in and they were setting up the great big halogen lamps on the trailers in the alleyways to shine light on all the drug dealers, and they had the National Guard dudes basically running support for the police so the police could go do policing stuff. Do you remember that? Those were federalized National Guard troops. Nancy Pelosi and her ilk, whenever Biden went into office, kept National Guard troops federalized for almost an entire year. If you don't know how it works, whenever the inauguration comes, they get about 7,000 to 10,000 National Guard troops. They federalize them, send them to D.C. to work the inauguration, and then once they're done, they send them back. Well, during that time that they were during the Biden thing, because the insurrection, worst insurrection ever, by the way, not even a single gun on the insurrectionist parts.
Not even by the National Guard.
Yeah, but they kept them there and they were refusing to pay them. So whenever they're federalized, the federal government has to reimburse the states. And I know this for a fact because I was working for the National Guard during that time. The National Guard in Missouri could not do its annual training because they were paying the salaries of those Missouri National Guardmen that were in D.C. that were not getting reimbursed by the federal government. See, this is the consequences. These are the consequences of elections. We allowed them to steal the election in 2020, and all this is what we got. Let's see. Oh, do I really want? We dumbfounded when they see the World Cup players have wives, girlfriends, and kids. That will be. Oh yeah. All the rainbow agenda. Oh yeah. I know there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people happy in Kansas City because Messi's here. I guess Lionel Messi plays for Argentina now, and so they're all excited. It's like, yeah, he plays soccer. He's one step away from a Nancy boy. Oh man. What else we got going on? Is it me? I haven't watched Fox News in a long time. And I saw some news reports from Fox News. They're extremely left-leaning now, aren't they? They're very leftist-leaning. They're reporting, what was I listening? I was listening to something, and it had nothing to do with redistricting. But as they ended, it was on the radio, as a matter of fact. When they ended the report, nothing to do with redistricting. They said, and Florida is one of the states that's redistricting, or I don't know if it was Florida, but whatever state they were talking about. They had to point out that Florida was, or that state was redistricting, like it was a bad thing or something. I don't know. I just, the subtle propaganda. Once you start learning how the propaganda works, you can't help but see it whenever it happens, and it's really, sometimes you just got to learn to turn your brain off, I guess. Oh, let's see here. Let's see here. Michigan voters say they're sick of mass Muslim migration. They did a poll up in a poll in Michigan. Apparently, they're getting tired of it. Wonder why they're getting tired. Here's an interesting fact. Of all the major capitals in the world, London has the most Islamic terrorism that happens there. They've got 1.5 million Islamists there. Tokyo has had 0 Islamic terrorism. I wonder why. I wonder if there's a causation there. Is it just a random fact that they don't allow Islamic immigration and they don't have any terrorism? Is it just a random anomaly that's the way it all works out, or is there causation there? Again, seeing patterns. And then Iran. Guys, listen. If the Iranians are saying something, they're lying. If Hezbollah or the Houthis or any of their surrogates say that something, they're lying. The fact that the news reports anything that the Iranians say as gospel, as it's the truth, and they will hold to it, and it will be done, and Trump's the one making everything bad over there. Yeah, that's propaganda again. And here's the deal. I was thinking about this, and I heard somebody say this, and I thought it was really weird because he was saying the exact same thing that I was thinking. People are upset about gas prices, which I really don't understand why gas prices go up and down so much just on people saying something with nothing having happened. But that's a whole other issue. We've been paying for Iranian terrorism for decades. The part of the reasons why our taxes are so high is because we have to fund a military to counter the Islamic terrorism, or not military. We have to fund organizations and agencies to counter the terrorism that Iran engenders. If Iran and Hezbollah and Hamas were not trying to exterminate Israel, we would not be giving Israel all this money, all the money that we give them. And Israel would not have the sway that it has in American politics. That's because of Iran. And that's because of the Islamists in these other locations. All right. So if you remember back at the beginning of Epic Fury, Iran was launching hundreds of missiles a day. They were building a shield for their nuclear program, and they were almost to the point where they would be able to say, you can't stop our nuclear program, because if you do, we're going to missile the hell out of you. And that was their plan. That's the reason why they were building all these missiles, because it was a shield for their nuclear program. Now, whether you agree with it or not, simple fact is, Iran is a threat. It was a threat. It has been a threat for a very long time. Imagine a nuclear-armed Iran in charge of the the Straits of Hormuz. Imagine that, and we can argue whether doing it was the right thing or not. That's a discussion that can be had. I think once we're in it, like we are now, the answer is not to pull back on the throttle. This is what if I've got to complain about the Trump administration through all this, is they should have finished the job within the first 4 or 5 weeks. We have every ability to do that, and we didn't do it. And they keep playing these games. They keep extending these fake ceasefires. Nobody's ceasing fire over there until Iran and the IRGC is out of the picture, and until Hezbollah and Hamas and the Houthis and everybody else that Iran pays are out of the picture. The only way you get rid of this Islamic terror problem is to kill the Islamic terrorists. Oh, I did a video on Mr. Market a couple of years ago. All markets are emotional at times. Mr. Market is bipolar. By the way, Mr. Market is an analogy created by Ben Graham, the guy that taught Warren Buffett. So you're saying he knows just a little bit about the market? Oh no, Paul, it was a lot to do about China, because China gets about 80% of its oil through the Straits of Hormuz and from Iran, and these people that tell us that China is a peaceful country are lying. And these people that say, well, America goes and invades all these countries. China's invading countries. They're just doing it differently. The Belt and Road Initiative literally puts countries into economic slavery to China because of the loans and stuff. And they allow them. And anytime China goes into these countries to build the infrastructure, they destroy the environment. But hey, the leftists are okay with that, because it's Chinese communists. It's the communists destroying the environment. That's okay. Yeah, no, I know you were. I know it's emotional. That doesn't mean that I understand it. All right, I don't. It's as Lil Pan said, I was not put on this world to get it. All right, that's my reason for living is not to understand everything that's going on. And I why it's so emotional is beyond me. Now if they were bombing stuff and destroying oil facilities, yeah, that's a different story. But quite frankly, Iran is to the point. If it hasn't recently reached it, it's going to reach it here pretty soon, where if they don't start pumping oil, that their infrastructure is going to start breaking down, because one of the things that about the oil production system is the oil has to keep moving. When it stops moving, then bad things start happening to the hardware. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you could have done it in 4 or 5 days, but they took the foot off the gas way too soon, as far as I'm concerned. And I think one of the mistakes that the Trump people made was they underestimated the fanaticism of the RGC and the people that support it. They completely underestimated it. Which again, that's one of those things. How can you underestimate their fanaticism? How can you be shocked that they killed? I talked about it last week, that they killed the first gay imam. Why does that shock people? They literally tell you what they're going to do. I mean, for God's sake, when somebody tells you they're going to do something, take them at their word until you can prove otherwise, right? If your neighbor says he's going to come over and kill you, treat him like he's going to come over and kill you. And if you see him step on your property, drop him. Tell the proper authorities and let them know that you're fearing for your life. And if something happens, take care of the problem, right? We should have taken care of the problem in 1983. We should have taken care of the problem in 1980. We should have taken care of the problem in the 90s. Why did we not? We didn't have a problem bombing Gaddafi, and the Biden administration didn't have a problem killing Gaddafi, or the Obama administration. I'm sorry. Think international banking. That's probably why they did it. I'm just saying. Nope, we've had people in Iran. Oh yeah, there's been spies there. Yeah. But hey, and part of the problem too, man. A lot of this falls on the shoulders of the Iranian people. And I understand. I understand that it was a big hill to climb up. But given the opportunity, again, if I was Trump, I said it a couple weeks ago. If I was Trump, I would have been dropping weapons by the crate load into the country and let the Iranians sort it all out. But hey, that's just me. Oh, okay. Oh, Peebo Bryson died. If you don't know who Peebo Bryson is, he's a Grammy Award winning R&B singer. Very, very, very talented man. Let's see. Let's do one more. Let's find one more topic that I can complain about. Now, you know what? I've blackpilled enough, and I've been negative. Listen, guys. Everything we talked about tonight, this is the reason why we do what we do. All right? This is why I planted a boatload of plants over the last 2 weeks. It's the reason why I told the community that taking these plants was not solely about planting food. It was about a mindset. If you're given an opportunity to build margin, do it. All right. That's the key right now, because margin is what gives you time and space to make decisions. All right. It gives you options. If you don't have any margin when the time comes, then what you can do is extremely limited. All right. Your options they disappear very quickly. So given an opportunity, build that margin. And with these plants, I told people, I said, okay, you don't want to do a garden, you don't have a lot of space. Just grow one or two. Practice growing it. And if you don't want to grow anything, get some and give them to your neighbors. I was going to take a whole bunch to church and give them to church members, but I was sick, so I wasn't able to do that. Hopefully I can keep them alive until next weekend, and I can do it then. But build that margin. All right. That's the key thing. And margin is not only food, it's energy, it's mechanical capital, it's social capital. Build this stuff now, so when it comes time to spend it, you've got it to spend. It's just like money. It's just as, all those things I just said are just important, if not more important than that dirty, quickly devaluating government fiat that you get in your paycheck or people give you for stuff. All right. With that said, you guys got this. And this is, we talk about this. We know what to do. If you haven't watched the Strongman video, go watch it and take what I said at the end to heart. It's time to start evangelizing. I know every single person in this chat is doing some sort of preparing, some sort of building that margin. You need to start evangelizing and start talking to people about it, you know, and you may evangelize to 100 people. If only one person gets it, that's one more person that's on board and one less person we got to worry about. Okay. I'm trying to do it more and more in person. You know, sometimes it's hard, I'm not going to lie, but you guys got this. Okay, listen. I want you guys to go out. God bless you and go live a lifetime free. I will see you Sunday night. Go look at the coming videos. I've got a video coming. It's something we kind of did here a little bit before, but I'm doing it in a much more organized and better manner. Go live a lifetime.
I hope I'm wrong, but I'm still ready. Most people think preparedness is about fear. It's not. It's about responsibility. The lights are still on, stores are still open, the systems still work, just not the way they used to. And most people don't notice the pressure until it reaches their front door. City Survival 101, the full spectrum urban preparedness guide, isn't about panic. It's about understanding how modern systems really work and how to keep your household operating when they don't. Real-world preparedness for real-world people. No fantasy, no fear porn, just practical systems that buy you time, options, and control. Available now on Amazon in Kindle, paperback, and hardcover.